WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.
So, how many of you guys are dragging a little bit this morning?
Me.
I'm definitely am.
A little bit? A little bit?
Rough night.
A little bit? I mean, JB, it was a rough night, but it was a good night.
Yeah, like it was entertaining. I will say that. It was definitely a fun night to be glued to your TV watching sports, but man, you can pay for it today.
You know, I don't know about you. I used to be one of those guys that was like, no problem. Like no problem. Oh, there's a game on I want to watch. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, when I first got, like, the NHL Center Ice package, and if you don't know what that is, you get every game. I mean, it's awesome. You get every game. I mean, it was dream come true. I would stay up. It didn't matter what was on. Really, Vancouver and Calgary at 10:30, okay, I'm in.
Right.
Right? And somewhere along the way, I can't do that anymore. But, like, I was telling...
Respectfully.
Well, there's a pill for that, but listen,
there's a pill for everything now.
all jokes aside, it's still the Lakers, it's still LeBron,
Yes, sir.
it's still Luka, and that was fun to stay up and watch that last night.
That was such a great Pistons dub. I'm so happy with this team. That was a bad matchup for the Lakers. Like, let's just be real about it. The way their defense is set up, their defense has not been good, primarily in the low post, and that's where the Pistons eat teams alive. So I was so happy to see the Pistons take control of this game early. Got a little dicey there in the third, but they were able to come away with a very, very convincing win at the end. And we always talk about Cade, but I think the bench deserves some love in this.
Always.
No, this Pistons bench has been amazing.
It really has been. And last night you didn't see the plethora of guys that put up the double figures and everything. But you know what this team has proven night in, night out? This isn't just a cute story.
Not at all.
It isn't. Like, this
Not
isn't.
at all.
This isn't. Oh, aren't you adorable? And then, oh, you aren't going to do anything come playoff time. Now that remains to be seen. I'm not writing any checks yet.
You're right.
But I don't feel guilty about saying to myself, why not the Pistons in the East? I don't. At this point in time in the season, I don't feel guilty about that anymore.
We're already past a landmark date in the NBA, which is Christmas Day. It is now New Year's Eve, and your Pistons sit at 25-8. We are almost halfway through this thing. I believe the trade deadline is February 2nd this year, if I'm not mistaken. But we're almost to the halfway point in the season, and the Pistons just continue to look dominant, and they're doing it against East teams, they're doing it against West teams. It really doesn't matter. And I know they were coming off this back-to-back losing streak. Look, sometimes that's gonna happen to you. You ran into a Clipper team and Kawhi decided to wake the fuck up and drop 50 on you. I mean, sometimes you're gonna have those nights, but you just love how the Pistons are able to rebound. They don't let one loss turn into two, turn into three, turn into four. They know how to close ball games now. When they decide that, okay, we're about to close up shop, you see a difference. Neil says it all the time. You see a physiology change in the team, and they just know how to go to work. Cade can get to wherever he wants on the floor, whether it's, to the basket, whether it's mid-range, whatever spot he chooses to go to, he can get there because he's that experienced now, and he's becoming a superstar before our very eyes. And you just got great play from everybody else. Jalen Duren, I can't speak enough about the changes he's made this year. Duncan Robinson has been a phenomenal addition to this team. He almost makes you even forget Malik Beasley's name. I mean, it's just being real about it. And once again, this bench unit has just been amazing. Jaden Ivey becoming more and more efficient off of the bench. It's crazy. I was called a madman by certain people that founded the network by saying Jaden Ivey maybe was better suited coming off the bench. And I know it's primarily because of injury, but he's been pretty good off the bench. And Beef Stew, I can go down the list. Marcus Sasser
was unbelievable last night.
Great night last night.
Really did.
And when Dennis Jenkins, bursted onto the scene, you kind of wondered, like, okay, are they maybe starting to phase Sasser out, but they've been able to play both guys, and both have been effective. So shout out to JB Bickerstaff and the coaching staff for being able to identify both of those guys and utilize their skill sets. But this bench unit has been amazing, and you had a good bench last year. But, I mean, like I said, the dogs that you have, Jaden Ivey, Beef Stew, Karis LeVert, he didn't even play in this game, but you still have him. Man, I could go Javante Green, B-Ball Paul. Like, I could go down the list, but they have been sensational this year.
Tell me if this sounds familiar, because you hit on something, and I honest to God, I don't think enough is said about this, all right? Last year, how many times did we see the Pistons in a tight game down the stretch where the Pistons found ways to lose?
It's countless times.
It was
Countless
insane.
times.
The Knicks series.
Yeah.
The Knicks series. I mean, pretty much every game was like, okay, take this game. Somebody step up. And tell me if this part in particular sounds familiar, okay? Why do you hate Cade? Well, do you know what the next step up in the progression of Cade was? To literally be the guy that says, nah, I'm the best player on the court. I'm taking this game over.
And guess what? He's the closer.
He's doing it.
He's the closer. He's the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story. Like, yeah, the fact that Cade could just go out there 27 and 11 last night, 5 rebounds, I believe. He just continues to show like he's not only one of the best players in the league, but he may be your MVP, especially with Nikola Jokic going down a couple nights ago. And the reason why I say that, it reminds me so much of like, let's use Hutch as an example, okay? Love the guy, all right? Can you give me more? Absolutely.
We need more.
Yeah.
And we had the same conversation last spring about Cade Cunningham. And somehow people got angry. And it was like, like that. It was like, dude, love the guy. But you tell me, if you want to be regarded, especially in the National Basketball Association, if you want to be regarded as one of the best, you make your bread in crunch time. You go all Mamba on people,
absolutely.
Okay? And like, to me, we're watching that in front of our very eyes this year. And that's the coolest thing, okay? That's the next step in the progression. That's why, KG, I will allow things like, hey, listen, he was third team NBA last year.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Right.
It's wonderful. Like, I'm happy. I said the adorable thing like a Viking.
Yeah.
So, no.
No
I don't think you got to worry this year. He looking like first team this year.
Yes.
He looking first team as hell
That's
this
what
year.
I want, baby.
No, and you know what it is, Sean? I think that, when people were kind of giving you pushback on that, people that were in on this team when, it was the bullshit that they were giving us, the 17 wins chased with 14 wins. Cade showed it in flashes, like he could be this type of player. And I think a lot of people saw those flashes, and that's why they would debate people like you, or maybe even Stick, and saying, look, this kid, Cade has got it. Like, if you watch him play, he has every tool he needs to be a superstar in this league someday. And yes, he had to prove it a little bit more, but if you look at his overall career so far, he's had a damn good start. Only 4 to 5 years in on his NBA career. He has been everything that you wanted a number one pick to be, but to your point, this year it's a little extra on it. This year he is taking control.
And I'm not chastising people for this, KG, but isn't that usually the way it happens? You get it after the fact.
No, for sure.
You sit back and you go, okay, now I get what you're saying. Maybe you're not the hater I thought you were, or Stick was, or something. It's like, same thing. It's like, dude, love the guy. Like, seriously, how can't you love the guy? But if we're going to throw all these labels on him, and we're going to talk about MVP candidate, and we're going to talk about first team all-star, and we're going to talk about him grabbing the Pistons by the scruff of the neck and saying, we're not even just going to be cute this year. You have to do it. And he's doing it. And as often as the case, you know what people have to do? Now it flips back to people like me.
Yeah.
What I got no complaints.
Yeah.
What am I going to complain about?
You can't.
Right?
You can't. It's been amazing.
This is what I wanted. This is one of the most impactful players in the NBA, and I have no problem saying that.
And listen, the NBA is a tough league, man. It's rare that people just come onto the scene and just take over right away. Even somebody like LeBron, who had a damn good rookie season, over 20 points. in his rookie year, still wasn't the LeBron that we came to know and hate for some of y'all over the course of his career. He had to grow, and that was the same thing with Cade. He came in pretty damn good for a young NBA kid, pretty polished in his game. He plays at his own speed, and I always think those type of players are dangerous. But he had to mold. He had to evolve to the NBA game. But like I said, he does whatever he wants now. And you see the confidence that he goes out there with night in and night out, and so has the team. The team has only elevated with him, and it's been amazing.
It's really cool to see, because I think this is one thing you can tie not only into the NBA, but in so many sports. When you watch in real time a dude that you can see it with your own two eyes, the game is slowed down for him.
Oh, yeah.
It is just slowed down. It's like, okay, no. Now I'm the master. Now I'm going to paint by numbers, whatever the case may be.
He's an assassin.
We're watching it.
Yeah. Like, he the spots he picks on the floor to just get his shit off, it's like I said, it's so meticulous, bro. He's very, very... Like, he's hit that next level, and it's crazy because he's still so young. You wonder what even K 2 to 3 years from now will look like. Maybe he's even more of a scorer than we see right now. He's already averaging around 27 points. Like that, man. This Pistons team is in good hands.
So here's a question that I have for you guys in the chat, and I'd appreciate if you guys chimed in. Okay, super chats, you guys go to the front of the line. You know how that routine works. All right, but like legitimately. How excited are you guys about this team? Is this an all-in type of thing now? And I get it. Listen, I'll be the first guy to say it. I'm going to let you in on a little secret about our business. You promise not to tell anybody?
I promise.
Don't tell anybody, because I know KG and JB know this. But this is for you guys. You guys ready? The Lions get a ton more press than anybody else. Everybody, the masses care about the Lions a lot more. Shh, I told you that's a secret. You're not allowed to tell anybody. Captain Obvious, right? But for a lot of people, the reason I bring that up, for a lot of people, what happens is it's almost like the college basketball thing. Really, KG, it's like the college basketball thing. There are people that really don't start paying attention in mass, all in, until football season ends. Right. That's just reality, okay?
Yeah, for real.
Don't hate me. I didn't make the rules, all right? And I really wonder, is this a situation where have they captured the collective imagination yet? Or do we have to wait for the Lions' body to get cold?
I think it's half and half. I think that most people realize at this point that the Pistons aren't just, like you said, a cute story anymore. This team is for real. And they have led the East practically all season long. And shout out to Freddie Felt in the chat. He says, Sean, I'm excited like it's 2004.
I love hearing that.
I think most people that watch this team realize they may have something special in that building in LCA. However, the Lions are dominant. The Lions are the kings in this town. And the Lions were the first on the scene in terms of teams that are just going to become a winner in this town and something to be proud of. The Pistons had to work their way back in the eyes of fans. And they had to go through the motions. But last year when they tripled their win total, I think that was enough to show people like, okay, I think they are finally starting to turn in the right direction. And nobody saw this coming. Like we expected a marginal jump maybe from 5th seed to like 3rd seed. But this shit that they're doing right here, controlling the East, wow, nobody saw this shit coming. It's amazing.
100. What you just described was me.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to win the division. Cleveland's in the division. I was that guy. I openly admit it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Let's see if we can make ourselves the 4 seed this year. That was my high. That was my high end. Openly admitted. I have no problem saying that.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be great to get the 4 seed. Wouldn't that be cool? Let's grab the 4 seed.
I thought that was the heights, the ceiling.
Right. Have home court advantage the first round. I'd love another shot at the Knicks. That series pissed me off something fierce, and yes, because it was the Knicks, that probably had something to do with it.
And Reggie Miller said it last night. It's looking like they on the collision course.
Yeah.
So, and to be honest, I don't think the Knicks want to see us this year. I'm confident as hell. I believe in this team. This is not the same Pistons team from that first round series last year.
You know what we can do now? You know we can, and I know people didn't want it. I know people didn't want to admit it last year. We have a guy that can not only match Jalen Brunson, but I like his chances better.
I think he's better, especially this year.
I like his chances better.
Cade is better.
And I mean that.
Yeah.
And last year, whether we wanted to admit it or not, that guy was the difference. He was. He was the difference.
But it's the NBA rite of passage. Your first playoff series normally doesn't end how you want it to. And it was a learning experience for people like Cade, who literally came from the bottom, the dweller, the cellar of the NBA into, okay, we're a first-round team now. We tripled our win total, and we're ahead of schedule. So it was a lot to learn on the fly, but I think that experience taught them a lot. And I'm looking forward to see what they do this year because they're damn sure making the playoff.
I would love for this team to prove the thought that I've always had. People think things are linear, and they aren't always linear.
Yeah.
Sometimes you skip steps. Sometimes you go back down. See the Lions.
Yep.
Sometimes you take a really big jump. It is not we had our playoff failure. Well, next year we'll make it to the second round, maybe even the third round, and then we'll really be ready to compete. Call me nuts. This looks like a team that's ready to compete for the Eastern title, man.
Hey, that linear ascension looking damn good right now for the Pistons. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
Because, like I said, I think they beyond first round at this point. You got to talk Eastern Conference Finals and maybe even the NBA Finals. Because if they play to the best of their capabilities and let's say they make a move at the deadline to give Cade another score, watch the hell out.
Yep.
Watch out.
No doubt about it. So here's the thing. I don't know if you guys know this. Tomorrow we're going to be running this year in review on Woodward Sports.
Yes.
Anson wanted me to make sure to let y'all know that, though we have the day off, there's this year in review that's going to be rolling, throughout the day and everything. So take some time. Of course, being the end of the year, I have to ask questions, and I'm going to premise this question. With this statement. Be careful. Don't be a prisoner of the moment. Okay? KG.
Yes, sir.
Who is your Detroit Athlete of the Year? The MVP in Detroit.
We just talked about him. Cade Parker Cunningham.
Easy
money,
I even
Sean.
told them not to be a prisoner of the moment.
Easy money, Sean. No, I'm not a prisoner of the moment. Even everybody has taken notice that Cade Cunningham may be the quintessential Detroit superstar at this point. I mean, I love Jared Goff. His name has been chanted everywhere. I don't think it's Jared Goff. It in particular this year. Jahmyr Gibbs, Hutch, they're great. Nobody on the Tigers you really giving that to except maybe Riley Green.
Skubal.
Skubal. Yeah. Shout out. How did I forget? Oh, yeah, I forgot because he's not going to be on the team after this year. But Tarek Skubal, you can give that to him, but you got it. To me, it's Cade.
All right, I'm looking at you, young man.
How can I disagree with that argument? It has to be Cade. Just the simple fact that, yes, we love Jared Goff, we love Jahmyr Gibbs, we love Amon-Ra, we love Hutch, but it was a down year for us. Like, we had so many high expectations, and now when you sit here and look at Cade and see the things that he's doing with this Piston team, kind of just willing his way to this team to get wins, like, how can you not say that he is not the Detroit hero?
You know what? And there's a reason why I said don't be a prisoner of the moment. I think we forget Tarek Skubal is the best pitcher in the game.
No, he is. I'm just my Tigers fan don't want to allow me.
I know that's why I'm saying, like, and I'm not chastising you for it. We're caught up in Cade right now because my gut reaction is, oh, Cade, yeah, he's bona fide superstar and everything.
I mean,
and I was thinking about this on the way in this morning, and I was like, how do I just turn my back on how unbelievably dominant best pitcher in the game Tarek Skubal has been for 2 years now?
He's been amazing. Back-to-back Cy Youngs. I mean, baseball, especially in terms of where the Tigers are right now, I can understand why people wouldn't necessarily go that way because the team success hasn't really matched his level of play.
Right.
He's literally been the one keeping us alive. If he's not on this team, the Tigers are sub 500.
Notice I'm not arguing with you guys either because it's like if you want to say Cade Cunningham, I'm not going to complain in any way, shape, or form.
I will throw this one in there and shout out to the away fan who we know is our resident hockey guy. He will literally only watch the shows for hockey. Shout out away fan. He said Dylan Larkin, and you would be able to provide more insight on that. But he's had a hell of a resurgence this year as well.
Yeah,
he really has. It's been a big step up. There's no doubt about that. I would say this though. All right, in regards to that, And I know that people don't like to hear this. When you talk about number one centers, legitimately, where would you put Dylan Larkin on the list? Honestly, where would you put and to all the other hockey elite guys out there, that's what I would say. As much as he's taken a step up, and he has, there's no doubt about that, okay? Although, if you remember, I think down the stretch a little bit last year, it was disconcerting in a myriad of ways last year. Where would you put him on that list? Because if we're doing that, you know what my response would be if we do the compare and contrast?
Yeah.
My response would be Tarek Skubal is the best pitcher in baseball. No debate.
No debate.
No debate. Well, what makes you say that? Well, see that trophy case in his room? He's got 2 Cy Youngs, 2 years in a row.
He's got the hardware. Yep.
Cade Cunningham went from being a third-team All-Star to right now, undoubtedly, in my mind, a first-team All-Star.
And possibly an MVP.
Uh-huh.
He's only competing with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander at this point. So.
And Dylan is doing this at an age. I mean, who was that you said?
That was a Way fan. Shout out. And he also said, he added to it, nobody drives their team like Dylan Larkin. He's the longest tenured Detroit athlete, which is true. And Zach Soap in here, Larkin is more mature, but not there yet. So.
I see, and that's where I'm. Listen, if you're a hockey fan, you know this. What is the unofficial age of prime? The unofficial age of prime is 27. It is. That's kind of always been. Back from when I was calling games and everything, you talk to scouts, and well, the prime is 27, and that doesn't mean that it's going to drop starting at 27, but it usually doesn't mean that it goes like this. Well, you know what they say, there are always exceptions to the rule. This is a guy that went like this. But if I'm being honest, and I looked at all the centers around the league, Dylan Larkin is well down that list. That doesn't minimize what he does for this team.
Right.
That doesn't minimize his importance in this town. But if I'm being objective, which it is my job to be objective, I would put him down the list in terms of number one centers. Has he graduated to that? And I know this has been oft debated amongst hockey fans, KG. Has he graduated to number one center conversation? In my mind, he has.
Okay.
But I still put him well down the list.
Yeah. And the team has played better as well. So you can also credit the team. So I'm not mad at that at all. Shout out. I'm going to read this super chat because it's $20. Shout out to Eric Minion Sr.
What up, Eric?
The Pistons are for real, but what people don't really see about Cade is he doesn't get the free throws that other superstars get. Cade shoots less free throws than any star player on his team, and he still averages 27 points. And I'll even add to that, when you look at just some of the other teams in this town, Tarek Skubal, yes, he's dominant, but you can't point to other pieces on the Tigers for being good. Riley Green, Kerry Carpenter, and the like. The Lions have a plethora of guys. Jared Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, Hutch, you can go down the list there. Amon-Ra St. Brown, shout out. Even the Red Wings, I think that they have a slew of players, but Cade is doing it by himself. And Jalen Duren is having a great year. He is graduating into an all-star caliber center. But Cade is essentially doing this on his own with no help. So I think that kind of maybe separates Cade, including the argument that Eric's Minion made. So I think that's the separator.
Yeah, I think that's, isn't that a rite of passage in the NBA, though? Like,
true,
honestly,
if you want to win in the NBA,
he gets the calls, right?
Right. Yeah, if you want to win in the NBA, you literally need at least 2 guys. I remember we went through the Big 3 era for a while, but now you need at least 2. And for somebody that doesn't get the calls, like Cade still doesn't get, have they been better with the whistle this year? A little bit. But you can still see that the NBA really isn't fully on the Cade bandwagon just yet. Will that change as the year closes? It could. But just looking at it right now, Cade is, for his play style and, the way he gets to the paint, it's a shame that he doesn't get the free throws that other guys get.
All right, so somebody, like one of my buddies just texted me, and sorry, this goes back to the hockey fan. I'm just going to pull up something. I just looked this up. And he said, while I agree with you that Dylan Larkin is down the list of centers, would you put him around top 10? And I'm going to just give me 30 seconds for the hockey fans out there. So NHL.com came out with a top centers list in the summertime. I just pulled this up. I had never seen this, okay? Can I read these centers to you? Ready? Connor McDavid at 1. Nathan McKinnon at 2. Draisaitl at 3. Barkov at 4. Sidney at 5. Eichel at 6. Matthews, Point, Scheifele, Nick Suzuki is at 10. I just ripped through the top 10.
Yeah.
And if you're paying any attention to hockey, I think that's disrespectful to Nick Suzuki. What Nick Suzuki has become, including scoring 2 goals last night and the overtime winner, the third highest scoring Canadian player in the calendar year. The guy has been and I'm not talking Canadian with an E, I'm talking Canadian with an A. Hughes, Thomas, Aho, Nico, they have Dylan Larkin at 15.
Right.
Damn.
Now, would I make an argument that a couple of the names that I just brought up, he's maybe surpassed them this year? Yes, but I still wouldn't put him top 10 centers in the league.
I hear you.
I still wouldn't.
Yeah.
Some of you are probably mad at me, but I got a job to do.
Do you think he can elevate there?
He's not supposed to, but he's doing it.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to. Like, seriously, again, according to the scouts, I've been fortunate, called games all over the place, including the NHL. You talk to people, 27 is the peak. You usually, okay, a guy like Sidney Crosby's an absolute freak because he's still one of the best players in the league, like him or not, okay? Yes. He's proven there's a ceiling yet this year. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
No doubt about it.
If you had to pick, like we were talking Detroit MVP, if you had to pick somebody from the Lions, who would you highlight?
Gibbs?
Yeah.
You said it kind of questioning.
Right? Yeah, that's exactly. No.
Now you know
St. Brown.
Even
with the dropsies that he had earlier this year, he's such an insurance policy for Jared Goff. He really is.
For sure. Now, if Neil was here, he'd get on your ass because Jared Goff has had a better statistical year than any of his other years with the Lions this year. So, and I know it's crazy to say that with the team looking like they have, but
no, I get it.
Yeah, Jared Goff stat-wise has put up the best season as a Lion that he's ever had.
I would still, honestly, I think I'd still say St. Brown. I really would. And do you know what my response to Neil would be? I would be, Neil, how many times have we seen on third down, not only does he lock in on St. Brown, but St. Brown finds a way to make the play?
No, he does, for sure.
You know what I mean?
I love me some Saint for sure, but I'm seeing other answers in here. What is this? TNT 070 says Tesla. DNC says Sewell. I'm not mad at the Sewell. I know Tesla is funny.
All he does is catch touchdowns.
No, but hey, facts. And y'all say what y'all want about Tesla, and I know there's a lot of controversy around the capital that you gave up, but Brad Holmes hit on that one, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, that kid's going to be really, really good down the stretch for this team. If they get the offensive line together.
Yep.
They got to get the offensive line together. But
I did a mock draft yesterday, by the way. Can I confess my sins to you guys?
I'm not mad.
I did.
It's over.
I almost sent it to you, but I didn't.
Okay.
Like, I was sitting there and I go, no, they'll yell at me. But I did. And you're never going to believe how I took an interior lineman. I took an offensive tackle. I took an edge, and I took a defensive lineman just because.
Wow.
And then I took a cornerback. So.
Wow.
Can I confess something to you guys as well too?
You did.
Oh boy.
I did a bunch of them yesterday. I did a bunch of them.
Okay.
I even have one on the computer too to send to you.
Oh shit.
All right. So listen. You know what I do? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm saying this.
Mock draft Eve? Let's do it, man.
I was watching the bowl game yesterday, and legitimately I started doing them. And so what I always do is I do like one legitimate one where I stay in my lane and just stay where I'm supposed to pick. And then the next one that I do, like, I refresh it. And you know when those offers come in?
Yep.
Depending on which one when the offers come in, I can't tell you how silly I got. And I got myself like 3 extra picks.
Yeah.
Like I traded down from 15 and I went to 19, but I got an extra third out of it.
Ooh.
And then I turned the second into another extra third.
Oh, wow.
And I did.
You went a little nuts.
crazy.
I did. I don't go Brad Holmes. I don't move up. Like usually, if I make any of those stupid propositions, I'll move back as opposed to trying to move up. But yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have yelled at you because it's over. Like, do all the mock drafts you want. I'm actually interested to see JB's mock draft, man. But
mine is crazy.
Yeah, we'll eventually get into that. But I mean, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I mean, it's mock drafts.
I know. I hate it.
It hurts.
I hate it. No, just something. You know, we're going to throw a bunch of this shit out this year. You know what? Let's get this out of the way right now. I know, JB, I'm sorry we're way late. Biggest story of the year, no doubt, Sharon Moore. Can we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Without
cool.
a doubt.
It's over.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Thank God.
Biggest story of the year. No doubt about that. All right, so we'll do some dumb things like that during the day. Obviously, we do got to talk about the Lions. It's still the Lions. They are still the king. And you know, again, letting you in on a little secrets. You know what? We appreciate you guys every day. Like, you guys are here every day. All right, do you know what our numbers do, though? And you can check this out at home. Our numbers are like this for pretty much everything else. You might get a bump if there's a big hockey game. You might get a bump if there's a big college football game. You might get a bump if there's a big Pistons game like last night. Do you know what our numbers for the Lions do, though? Everything. Mm-hmm. It is undeniable. It is right there. It is 100% factual. Anybody who denies that, you aren't paying attention. I mean, the Lions are the Kings. There's no doubt about that. All right, JB, where are we going?
We got to hear from Mad Packs and then Art and Jakes. But first, let me clear up these super chats.
Shout out
to everyone
Appreciate you guys.
sending in super chats. From the bottom, shout out to Silas sending in $5. He said, "Hey, you know the Pistons won again. All they do is win."
Mm-hmm.
I love that dumb song.
Yep, keep G-Mac Cash on repeat. I want to hear that shit just like I want to hear forward down the field. Pistons won again.
For real?
I didn't know what the ad-lib, though.
Oh, my God.
Sean, never change,
yeah.
man. I love you, Sean.
Yo, shout out to our guy, Freddie Felt, sitting in $199. He said, "Happy birthday, LeBum. YKTPWA K for MVP."
All right, y'all leave LeBron alone, man. Old man Brian still out there doing it at his age, man. Y'all say what y'all want. That man is great, and y'all not gonna know where to place y'all hate once he sits it down.
You're gonna miss him when he's gone.
Y'all gonna miss him.
We should have like an official show when he's finally done, like the coronation of the new hate.
Yeah, like who y'all gonna hate
Jalen
after
Brunson, congratulations, we hand you the
We have
hate
passed
crown.
you the torch.
Gotta get some English dude with
Right.
that.
Like, who's it gonna be? Shea Gilgis? Like, I don't who y'all gonna hate next?
No, they can't do that to Shay.
No, they don't. I thought they couldn't do it to Brian, but they did.
$2 from Silas. Again, he sends in. He said, "Pistons have a second shift working out there."
Yeah,
No, they do.
yeah, no doubt.
They bench is damn near as good as they started.
Gosh, I love it. It's
man, amazing.
Marcus
bro.
Sasser goes for 19 last night. Come on.
Just casual as hell.
Right.
I love it, bro. Like, everybody they put on the floor just contributes, man. Where do you see that? You don't see that.
Yeah. You don't see that too often. Shout out to LaBarthany. I believe he's back home, sending in $4.99. He said, "Merry New Year's Eve, morning crew. Appreciate you guys working today."
Oh, dude,
Shout out,
appreciate you. Seriously, I'm glad you
Yeah,
got
shout
back
out.
safely. And I hate being one of those guys that tell people how to live their life, but be safe tonight. How's that?
No, big fact. Shout out
Yeah.
LeBarney. And shout out to everybody. Happy New Year's Eve to you all. Please be safe tonight.
Yep.
Yes, please be safe tonight. Silas, once more, $5. He said, "How insufferable will other teams' trade talks be if the Pistons make a move, recognize they are entering a window, and dare I say, try to win a ring?"
That's the biggest conversation right now around the Pistons.
100.
Yeah, a lot of people want to keep this team together for obvious reasons. The chemistry is off the charts. But if you get Cade another scorer, this shit can go to a whole nother level. I don't know, man.
Could you? Oh,
I don't know.
could you imagine well into June? Like, seriously, it's been so long since the Pistons or the Wings have played into June. It's sad.
Yeah.
It really is. And that was for a while. That was just kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
Of course. Both the teams. I mean, it really, I mean, when you think of the odds, you know, the Pistons legit from 03 to 08. At least the Eastern Conference, right?
Yeah.
The Wings, think about all those crazy runs that they made, even to the Eastern Conference Finals, you know, where they lost to the Ducks in 07, then went to back-to-back cups in 08 and 09, winning one of them. Like, you became accustomed to it, right?
You did.
Gosh damn.
Then we had poverty for over a decade.
My God.
But we back, baby.
But
we
we're back.
Wings and Pistons, two best teams in town.
Like, think about that.
That's crazy.
Legit.
It's crazy.
Don't get my hopes up, Pistons. Don't get my hopes
No,
up.
hey, buy in, bro.
Dante151 sitting in $4.99. He said the only gripe I have with the Pistons is we need to make our free throws.
Yes, Dante.
My God,
100.
we get to the line, but we need to make teams pay
Yes, sir.
dearly.
Dante speaking absolute facts right there. That has been the one Achilles heel of this team is their free throw percentage has been putrid. When we do get to the line, we not hitting them. So, no, I totally agree with that.
And finally, one more from Silas sitting in $5. He said, in 2025, Cade dragged the Pistons past the play-in step, got the Pistons their first playoff win since 2008, took Duran to train, and last might. I don't know what that means.
Yeah. But either way, I agree with the sentiment, though.
Isn't that, it's still, the Pistons didn't win a playoff game from May of 2008 until April of 2025.
Insane.
That's so crazy to think
That's
about.
insane.
Yeah. Hell of a drought. Shout out Tom Gores for realizing his mistakes and getting this shit together.
Yep. I don't think the man
with
gets
him.
enough credit, honestly.
It starts with him.
Yeah.
He went from maybe the most hated owner in town to one of the most favorable.
Yep.
So,
No doubt about it.
All right, let's hear from Mad Pax and then Art and Jakes.
let me tell the good people about Mad Packs, because we smoking on that Pistons pack, baby, and Mad Packs has got you covered, man. They are the hottest new cannabis brand, and they have partnered with the hottest show on YouTube here at Woodward Sports. They got the high-low pre-rolls delivering top-tier quality at unbeatable prices. The Boom Shakalaka live resin-infused tarantulas, Blizzard packs, moon rocks that hit like a blizzard. Stay tuned with us for all of the latest marijuana updates.
And you know what? After you smoke, you're going to be hungry. So head over to Art and Jake's. No better place to catch the action than Art and Jake's. Go to any of their 6 locations in Michigan to enjoy wall-to-wall coverage on over 80 TVs, 22 draft beers on tap, and a menu stacked with your fan favorites like wings, wraps, and their signature fairway burgers as well too. Don't miss weekly specials like Rib Night Mondays and Fajita and Margarita Wednesdays, which is tonight. You might be able to catch that while you head on to your New Year's Eve parties. Download the Art and Jake's app, join their fan club, and make sure every game day is a win at Art and Jake's.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, he's a ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero, icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. Big Injuries? Big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
All right, this is legitimately the last day that you can take advantage of this incredible offer at Buddy's, okay? And what better way to bring in the new year? Maybe you're having some people over. Maybe your daughter's having some friends over. Whatever the case may be, you know what? Why don't you hook yourself up with some buddies? Maybe give a gift card as well, right? This is the deal. You receive a free 4-square one-topping pizza voucher with every $50 gift card purchase now through the end of 2025. So you buy yourself a gift card, right? Give yourself the gift of buddies, and then guess what? You get a free 4-square one-topping pizza voucher. Buy a few. Get a couple pizzas for tonight, right? Whatever you do to ring in the new year, it's all good. Of course, Buddy's has you covered if you want to throw a shindig. They have dine-in, all-you-can-eat party packages starting at $15 per person. You can have an event catered. Maybe you want to do something for the Michigan game this afternoon. The original Detroit-style pizza. Original. You hear Detroit-style pizza? Buddy's is Detroit-style pizza. You can save 20% off your order of $200 or more simply by using promo code HOLIDAY20. Check out their catering menu. Just go to buddiespizza.com/catering.
That's a divorce party you talking about. Ain't nobody getting together for this damn issue.
We're gonna talk to Alex in a few. Okay, really love chatting with Alex Z. So we're gonna have him on in about 10 minutes. You guys, I don't know how to. I love bowl season. There were multiple, really good games yesterday. I found myself completely enthralled by Illinois and Tennessee.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things. I might have a problem if I'm sitting at home going, okay, we got to go out to eat. Can you give me just a minute? No, really, we have to go out to eat. We have to meet my mother. Just give me a minute. I need to. Let me finish this game, please. Illinois, Tennessee turned out to be a really good game. And last night at the same time, I was telling KG earlier, that TCU-USC game was fantastic. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it came down to the wire, too, overtime.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know what? Today, I get to watch Vandy. I get to watch Michigan. And I said to KG, here's the funniest thing about it. Because I talked to one of my buddies, huge Michigan fan yesterday, and I was like, are you amped up for this game? As a college football fan, me, I'm so excited for Michigan, Texas. I really am. I am. I openly admit it. But please consider the source. I love college football. I'm so amped up for that. And, of course, for the hockey fans out there, the Jets and the Wings, a traditional New Year's Eve game. December 31st is a great day for sports. And you know what he said to me? I mean,
absolutely.
Of course, I'm going to watch it, but and you're the same way, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the team. I hope that they win, but it does absolutely effing nothing for me. Not even a wiggle down there.
JB, I would have my pants around my ankles right now if Michigan State was playing even Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
I call it the Blue Bonnet Bowl. I don't give a two craps. I'd have my pants around my ankles.
But the Citrus Bowl, but considering what y'all have dealt with over the last few years, it makes sense.
Well, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
We're at two completely different places.
We're coming off a Natty a couple years ago. Say what y'all want about it. Coming off a Natty a couple years ago. Then, okay, Sharon Moore is kind of, he's middle of the pack. He's kind of struggling his way through. And then the shit this year, yeah, it's been a rough go.
As a Michigan fan, is anyone super overly excited about this game? Yes, I know it's a bowl game. It's a chance to get another trophy in the trophy case. You're probably seeing your future head coach up in the press box, evaluate this team a little bit more. But are you like super excited to be in the Cheez-It Bowl against Texas?
JB, why would we be?
Can I ask you this, though?
What reason would we have to be excited?
I wouldn't be after all the shit that has just took place and happened. Like, come on. It's like, I would have much rather just, you know what? Pass this on to someone else. We'll be back next year.
The bar for Michigan is playoff. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it just, and that's why it does nothing for me. I'm more concerned with Coach Witt getting in here and handling the transfer portal, because that's what's important going forward.
And handling his side pieces a lot better since coming from Utah.
Oh, we ain't got to worry about Coach Witt, man. That they don't do that shit over there in Mormon country. So.
No, they
already got 8 wives, so
they don't need to.
They don't need to.
I ain't worried about Witt.
So can I ask you this? This has always been, and I'm not saying I'm right. This has just always been the way I felt back when JB. Do you remember when Michigan State had a legitimate football program? That was fun.
Yeah,
that was a good time. Okay,
the first college playoff that we actually got to go to. Yeah.
Jeez. Listen, do you agree with my theory, KG? And I know this year is different because of all the shenanigans and all that stuff. There's a big difference between saying we finished 10-3 and saying we finished 9-4.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Like, it means everything. Look at Coach Witt. He's had multiple 10-win seasons, and you can point to that.
Yeah.
No, it definitely means something to get double-digit wins in college football. But like I said, with nothing to show for it, really, and the Citrus Bowl, decent ball game. But it's just like it's doing nothing for me. I'm sorry.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
But you're all dialed in.
Yeah, I'll be watching.
So the schedule is clear, all that.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll be tapped in.
Yeah. That. I mean, to me, that's like, yeah, I don't want to miss this one. And maybe part of it is like, look, it's the allure of two brands.
Is this the I'm Back Bowl?
Well, here's the difference. Michigan proved that they were legitimately back. I've said when I was a kid, this has been the most overhyped college football program in my entire lifetime. Other than that period, the Vince Young era, so to speak.
Yeah, for
okay?
sure. Yeah.
Texas has been, I mean, even when I was a little kid, that just overrated constantly. So, like, I have grown, I got to be honest with you, I have grown in inordinate, like, unexplainable hatred for Texas.
Damn.
And I love to make fun of them. I really do. I'm a huge hook 'em, all that stuff.
The burnt orange don't do it for you.
No, because they've just constantly been overrated and overhyped. And,
yeah, no, that's fair.
And so Texas is still waiting to get back, although, in fairness, they did mix in a natty about 15 years ago. That was, like, literally the only time in my life where they lived up to the hype. More often than not, you get, like, what you had this year.
Right.
That's just Texas. They're going to go 8-4. They're going to go 9. Golly gee, we came so close, but wait till next year. Right. Look at all our recruits. I mean, how many times have we heard that shit out of Texas?
A lot. Definitely a lot. But I will say, at least they're in the conversation now. You can kind of say the same thing about the U. A lot of people want Miami and the U to be back and all that, and I don't think that they're back by any stretch, but at least they're in the conversation now. So you can't give them that.
No, I don't know. I get it. Not a lot of people get into the bowl games anymore, and I understand that, and I'm not going to try to cram it down your throat, but I don't know. Yesterday for me was just another reminder. Sometimes when I hear people say there are too many bowl games, I that's perplexing to me. Well, wait a second. Are you a college football fan?
Right.
What do you mean there's too many? And you get random games that end up being fantastic watches. Like, I'm sitting there, like, completely dialed into this TCU-USC game last night going,
for no reason at all.
What the fuck am I doing, right?
Right.
What am I doing? Come on! You know what I'm going, wait, time out. This isn't going to change my life one way or the other, So that's kind of the way that it works. We got Alex Z coming up in a couple minutes. Let's try to get back on time because we did about 40 minutes of commercial free. JB, is there anything I need to do here before we get to Alex Z?
I just got to clear up these super chats, and then we can head to break and hear from BlackRock. Let's see what's going on with the super chats. Where did I leave off? Silas sending in $5. He said, "Listen, when the Lions lost, I was dispute lost, destitute, lost. Then an old friend put a blanket around me and brought a buddy's pizza. That friend was mock drafts."
Hey, that's a good friend. Keep that guy in your life.
I don't care what anybody says. Comfort food's real.
Oh, hell
comfort food. If I'm going to have a baby out, KG trademark.
Oh yeah.
If I'm going to have a baby out, are you kidding me? You bring me a buddies. That's a great pairing for a baby out.
Bro, I literally I emotional eat. Like it's crazy. I'm not 600-pound life, to be honest with you.
I don't want to see you on that show, KG. I don't want to see you on that show.
I might be one day.
We got $4.99 from Greg Thomas. He sent in. He said, "I tipped the guy who picks up my garbage." Does anybody do that anymore?
I do that, and
I don't think so.
I do our mail person, and our mail person is very good with always putting a thank you note in the mail the next day. So yeah, I do that. You know, I mean, even if you like, for me, I mean, obviously, if you can afford it and all that stuff, I don't like to tell people how to live their life, but if you can, you know, during their break, let's go get a couple subs or something. Yeah, you know, I mean,
it's a lost art though.
What a thankless job that is, man.
Yeah. People don't really give enough credit to those people, but I don't see a lot of people doing that.
Truth.
Anymore, so.
Yeah. I mean, just do something, like whether it's the summer or the winter time. You know what? Just put some water out there for the mailman, or, you know, just something for the garbage people that they can just enjoy, just to see that, you know, we care about them. And finally, one more from side. I didn't say that, sending in $5. He says, "Sean, could you give us a zany bowl story at the end of the show? Just something you saw on TV or in person."
Oh wow, I could do a bunch. Jeez, oh Pete. Yeah, I'll think of something before the end of the show. Yeah, I'll think of something at the end. You know what was really cool? Nah, screw that. I'll do it right now. You know what was really cool? The first Motor City Bowl. Like, and you guys, there's no reason for anybody to remember it, okay?
Who was in that bowl? Because I was probably there.
Ole Miss and Marshall.
How long ago?
1997. That guy named Randy Moss and Chad Pennington.
Oh yeah.
And it was Deuce McAllister and Ole Miss. And half the crowd was like that Rebel Blue, and half the crowd was Marshall. It was like a home run matchup. And I wasn't a big Randy Moss fan because he ripped my heart out. I was doing Toledo broadcasts, and he and Chad Pennington ripped my heart out in that thing. And Randy Moss fumbled on the last play of the game. And honestly, I think I burst out into an erection. I was so, like, I'm just telling you point blank, I was just so happy when that happened. But honestly, that was one of the most attended games as well. I mean, it was great to see, especially with Shep being involved with Game Above. There were 27,000 people at Ford Field. That's great. But the dome was packed for Ole Miss and Marshall. It was such a cool game. It really was.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. Gosh, I love bowl games. Yeah. JB, I told you, I went to the Rose Bowl, January 1, 2014.
That's the one I want to go to. I want to go to the Rose Bowl to experience everything, the parade, the player introductions, just to be in that atmosphere in Pasadena. Like, I want to go there.
I heard the stadium is shit though.
Can I? It is. Yeah. It's awful.
Yeah.
No, really, it is. It's. Can I tell you this though? And people, like, what they don't tell you, you see all those beautiful visuals, and it really is, when the sun comes down behind the mountains, it's unbelievable. But you walk through a neighborhood to get there. I'm not joking. You literally, like JB, the look on your face was exactly what my son and I were doing. We were walking down a street, right, and following the masses, and we're going, what's up? What's up? Like, tree-lined houses, all that stuff,
yeah.
Americana, and then you make this turn, like at the end of the street, and then you're like, oh, there's the Rose Bowl. I shit you not. It was like the weirdest experience. It's But yes, you got to go. You got to go. All right, where are we going, JB, before we hit out?
Black Rock.
All right, shout out to the people at Black Rock, and my apologies for the yelling, y'all. It's the coffee. But Black Rock, they have got all type of plans for y'all to come and experience a great meal and a great atmosphere. They launched a whole new menu with returning favorites and the newest way to sizzle. Prime sirloins are here to stay, not just a meal. It's a top rock experience. All you can eat platters for just $20. Yes, $20. Give the gift of sizzle with a Black Rock gift card. And now through the end of the year, which is today, you can buy a $50 gift card and get $10 in bonus bucks. And mention Woodward Sports and you will get 20% off your total food bill. It's Black Rock.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon. Braylon Edwards and Shaq Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Head over to Jars to pick up some Spider Legs. It is the premium pre-roll brand with bold innovation meets meticulous precision. Spider Legs sets a new standard, blending strength and sophistication for those who value products built with care. Spider Legs can be found in over 200 dispensaries in Michigan, and you can also check them out online on Instagram at Spider Legs Official. Head over to Jars to get yourself some today and enjoy the holiday.
All right, always love talking to this guy, and we thank him being along with us all year, and of course, a Skinny Butcher being along with us all year as well. Woodward Sports beat reporter Alex Z kindly joining us. First of all, Alex, always appreciate you. Happy New Year to you and your family. Thanks for being with us all year, but let's go backwards before we look forward. We haven't had a chance to talk to you since the hiring of Kyle Whittingham. I think it's a no-brainer. I really, truly do. I think it's the perfect coach at the right time for all the circumstances involved. I'm interested to hear your take.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a big fan. Well, first, Happy New Year to you guys as well. But I'm a big fan of the Kyle Whittingham hire. He's great at development. He's a great program builder. I mean, when you've just been reading some of the articles and hearing some of the stories that are coming out, it sounds like the program was just not in a very good spot organizationally under Sharon Moore. So it's great to have a guy like Kyle Whittingham, who has had so many years of success and experience at Utah, to come in, and someone you know will be great off the field. And then another just great developer of talent, and does so in a way that is also very complementary to how Michigan has played football historically, right? Great, loves to establish the run, always has great defenses. So I think it is actually going to be a very good fit for Michigan football. There are some questions, obviously. I don't think age is as big of a concern because he's only 18 months older than Kurt Signetti, right?
Yeah.
But probably my biggest concern is the fact that he is such a career West Coast guy, and he hasn't really lived outside of the state of Utah in almost 40 years. So that could hurt with recruiting a little bit. But overall, I think it's going to be really good. And I think in the next 2 seasons as well, especially while you have Bryce Underwood and some of this, if you can retain this roster and the recruiting class coming in, I think Michigan's going to enter a real fun era of football here.
Yep. Shout out to you, Alex. And yeah, the Coach Witt hire, not necessarily expected, but considering what they were looking at, I think that this was the best move that they could have possibly made. In your opinion, what do you think is the biggest challenge for Coach Whittingham on the football side of things? What do you think the biggest challenge for him will be?
Yeah, on the football side of things, I mean, obviously it's going to be the biggest challenge for every Michigan coach, but it's going to come down to, can he get his players to, kind of play up and beat Ohio State any given year because they're a juggernaut. They never really have any down years. And, there's some times where Whittingham's teams just haven't showed up in the big games. And I guess he's going to have X better talent at Michigan. But when he's at Utah and out west, I believe he was 0-2 against Lanning. I believe he only beat Lincoln Riley's team one time. So he's just going to need to show up for get his team to show up for the big game. That's going to be something he has to adjust to because there's no longer the excuse of, they can recruit better talent than us or anything like that.
No, absolutely. And are there any concerns around player retention? I know the portal is coming up. They did get them in enough time to maybe be able to fully facilitate that. But are there any concerns in terms of player retention for the Wolverines?
Yeah, there's always going to be some concerns when you lose a head coach. But honestly, considering the fact that how few people, it seems, have opted out of the bowl game, and we'll see later today, but and 2 days later when the portal opens. But it seems like he's actually going to retain a good amount of the team, and especially it's really telling that a lot of the recruiting class who, wasn't even recruited by him, wanted to stay in and with their national letter of intent. So I actually think he's doing a really good job retaining the roster and everything around.
We were just talking about this, Alex Z. I understand what the expectations are at Michigan. I understand that you're a program right now, I don't know how anybody could argue this, that is playoff or bust. So for a lot of Michigan fans, I don't want to use the term checked out, but this doesn't mean as much. I guess for me as a college football traditionalist, like Michigan and Texas on December 31st, that's pretty stinking cool. Have you gotten a vibe of where the players are at and if they kind of have that feeling? What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think they think it's kind of cool. Earlier at the press conferences, like about a week and a half ago, I'm not going to lie, the vibe at Schembechler Hall was kind of depressed among the players, I think. But getting a new coach is always kind of a celebratory event. And I think, going down, actually having the bowl trip, people forget is very fun for the players at the game, and they like playing football. So it's not really just a meaningless game. And that's honestly one of the things I'm really looking forward to as well, and just hoping to see is that they're having fun, because it's been such a tumultuous month with so much drama in the media and stuff. But I really hope that the Wolverines go and just really, you can see the players having fun, and that will be a good sign for the roster retention to come.
I was just telling KG, and if this is old school thinking, you go right ahead and yell at me, Alex. I mean that. I just think there's such a big difference between saying, okay, we finished the season on a high note, everything we've been through, got to double-digit wins, and sitting back and saying, yeah, we went 9-4. It's a mentality thing. Am I putting too much into that?
No, I totally agree with you. You look at some of the early years of the Jim Harbaugh era. He obviously won a bowl game his first year, but then 2016, the season just ended on a terribly sour note. Even though that was a team that should have been in the playoffs, they lost 3 games by a combined 5 points. But losing to the Orange Bowl and seeing Jake Buck get injured in that regard just left such a bad taste in people's mouth over the offseason that I think that kind of bled into the 2017 season. And then, again, Jim Harbaugh didn't win a bowl game again until the Rose Bowl in 2023. And so, yeah, I totally agree with you. We're just ending the season on a high note just really is a good thing for the mentality and culture of a program.
If I may, can I pick your brain on some of these matchups, including the one tonight? Mario Cristobal in prime time is just can't miss television for me. I'm one of those guys. I've watched him inexplicably blow games forever now, and now it's like, okay, is he going to be able to do that? With that being said, there are a lot of people. We just had a show up here, and Jordan Rogers in particular said that's his upset special. He thinks Miami's going to beat Ohio State. I think it's a 9.5-point spread. What's your feel? Let's start there. What's your feel on that one?
Yeah, in that game, I really have a hard time. I've been trying to talk myself into seeing a Miami win because I'm clearly very biased against Ohio State, but I just don't really see a way of their offense being good enough against this defense.
Yep.
Maybe through the air they can get some things done, but looking at the stats, Miami's offense against running the ball, they're 105th in the country in EPA per play, where the Ohio State defense is third in the country in terms of EPA per play on rush defense. So I really think it's just a bad matchup for them, and I think this Ohio State team is very good. And I think the only team that can beat one of these Ohio State teams is one of the other top 4 teams in Texas Tech, Georgia, or Indiana.
Can I run down the list? I know KG had something else for you, but I'd be remiss if Oregon, Texas Tech. What's your take on that one?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a very low-scoring game. I mean, Texas Tech is one of the best defenses in the country. However, Texas Tech's offense has just been too sporadic throughout the year, where I think Oregon has too much firepower for them ultimately. So I think Oregon will pull it out.
Indiana, Bama. That one is so intriguing in so many different ways. It's insane, and of course that is 4:00 tomorrow. What's your take on that?
So yeah, my brain obviously says Indiana after watching how they've played against Ohio State and Oregon this year, right? But it's so hard to actually be able to say out loud that I think Indiana is going to be the University of Alabama, right? I do think Indiana will pull it out ultimately, but I think they need to make it a low-scoring affair, because I think if they get into a track meet, that's the one way this Alabama team can actually beat Indiana. But I still think Indiana is just playing great right now.
I want to clarify this. I am not calling for an upset in this last one, but if somebody asked me, and somebody did ask me, if you had to pick one, and I know this sounds crazy because Georgia's a team that could go win a natty. Am I crazy for thinking Ole Miss could? I don't think they will, and you don't know the whole Ole Miss story, so we'll just leave it at that. Am I crazy? Am I crazy for thinking that they can? I'm picking Georgia, but that one wouldn't make my jaw drop. Are you feeling that same way? You can call me an idiot if you want.
No, I can see. I mean, it's ridiculously hard to beat a team twice in a season in college football. It just doesn't happen that often. So even with all the chaos at Ole Miss, with the lane departure and then their offensive staff working two jobs pretty much, I think Georgia will win. I think they've been playing great, but there's some things that just line up and make you see, it could happen. And then Ole Miss's offense has been so explosive. And the pass defense is actually the Achilles heel of this Georgia defense as well. So I also expect Georgia to win. I think they're actually playing really good right now, but this game wouldn't be too shocking if Ole Miss were to pull it out.
I like Chambliss. I like that Lacey. How healthy is he is a huge point to me. We'll wait and see. All right, KG, anything else for Alex before we go?
Yeah, last two from me. First one being, with Coach Whittingham coming in, of course, the biggest conversation is around Bryce Underwood and how will it look, under this regime. Do you think a coach like Kyle Whittingham can get the most out of Bryce Underwood this coming season?
Yeah, I think he can. I mean, he did a really good job with Devin Dampier, who transferred in from New Mexico State and had a great season. I also just think as well, a player like Bryce Underwood, he clearly has so much talent inherently, where I think if you just put him in a very well-organized, structured program and get him around some just kind of better developed players as well, he's going to come out and tear it up. So I think Kyle Whittingham would be great for Bryce Underwood in the long run.
And get him some QB runs, please. Like I don't see the disconnect there. But and just way too early predictions for Kyle Whittingham and this Michigan team going into next year. Should we expect playoff or bust like Sean alluded to earlier? Is it crazy to say that they can still maybe be a playoff team next year?
Yeah, everyone's going to expect playoff or bust. Ultimately, Michigan has the hardest schedule in the country. I'm not sure if you looked ahead yet, but they have.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
They have Ohio State, Penn State, Indiana, Oklahoma. They do have Oregon next year as well. So they just have a ridiculously hard schedule. I really hope they make the playoffs. That'll be a great sign, but I'm not going to get on Kyle Whittingham too much if in his first year even they miss the playoffs, even with as much talent, just because that is such a hard schedule.
Do you have like a number that you would be comfortable with in terms of wins?
I think 9. I feel like that's probably most Michigan fans' floor in any years.
Yeah.
If they were to get to 10-2 and make the playoffs, I think that'd be a great success in year one. And I do think there is a talent on the team to make it. It's just how quickly can he install his scheme, his systems.
Yeah.
How many players can he keep from going to the portal, and how many true impact freshmen there are, which there are going to be a few in this upcoming recruiting class.
It's going to be intriguing because, they got Oklahoma at home, right? They got Michigan State at home. I know, rivalry game, blah, 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 all that stuff. It's only Ohio State on the road, right? Am I correct in that?
They're
off the top of my
head? Eugene. They're also
going that's right. That's right. Oh,
yeah, it's a gauntlet.
Okay, good luck with that.
It's a gauntlet.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with you guys, all right? Hey, really appreciate you, Alex. Seriously, you bring it each and every week. It's a joy chatting with you. I hope we can keep in touch even before this season officially ends, and even in the off season as well. Bright young guy. I mean that. I don't say that disrespectfully. Really appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we definitely keep in touch.
All right, Alex Z.
Thank you, Alex.
Kindly joining us.
Alex.
Happy New Year. All right, I got to pull it up now. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, will you give me just a second?
No, of course.
Talk amongst yourselves, all right?
All right, JB, what's
All
going
right.
on, man?
Oklahoma at home. Indiana at home, Michigan State at home, Penn State at home, at Oregon, at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Can I say it again? I'm going to say the same thing that I said back in the summer. But you got Oklahoma at home. Just take them off the damn schedule. Why?
Yeah, I don't get
There's
it.
no reason.
It's that leaders and best mentality. They trying to prove something.
To be the best, you got to beat the best.
I guess.
No, put the Wyoming Cowboys on there. Put Northern Illinois Huskies on there.
Yeah.
The jumping jackrabbits in South Dakota.
Right.
There's no reason to do that now. There isn't. There's no benefit from it.
Not at all. And now you just make Whittingham's first year that much harder. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what they look like next year. I'm trying to keep an open mind. But I mean, this is a school with expectations, like regardless.
Right.
So it just sucks, man. It does. Sharon really he really did us good this time. So yeah.
I hope we go to JB. I'm telling you what, I don't want to see anything on the out of conference schedule at Michigan State, like for the foreseeable future. While we live in this environment in college football, I put Florida Atlantic on there. But put South Florida. I don't give a shit.
Right.
At least for like the first 2 years. Like I'll be happy at that third year. All right, throw whoever you want on there to see if you can try to beat the big dog. But first 2 years, let's get some cupcake wins and then let's ease our way into a bowl game. How about that?
The check got to be good because that's the only way. That check got to be good.
It's got to be. That's just there's no reason why if you're living in the playoff or bust mentality right now, there's no reason.
Yeah.
You're now, all right. If you beat Oklahoma last year, I still contend Michigan's a playoff team.
Yeah, probably.
A 10-2 Michigan with a win over Oklahoma is a playoff team.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. But I'll also say a 10-2 Michigan with a win over Northern Illinois probably makes Michigan a playoff team, even with their quote-unquote signature win being against Washington. You know that they're desirous of wanting to get in Michigan, representing the Big Ten, et cetera, et cetera. So
yeah.
I don't – and I as a college football fan, I hate it because early in the season – there's nothing like that not, week 0 or week 1, but maybe week 2 where you're sitting there, it's 8 o'clock at night, and you're going, holy shit, can you believe Ohio State and Alabama's on at 8 o'clock at night?
Right.
Michigan and Notre Dame, whatever the case may be. I love that during college season. Gosh damn.
Yeah.
JB, for what it's worth, in the interest of being fair,
Yep.
Notre Dame's back on the schedule for Michigan State next year, right?
Unfortunately.
At South Bend.
Ooh.
I've been down there. I've been
Foot
down
in
there
ass.
3 times for Michigan State games. Michigan State's record 3-0.
Wow. Okay, so you're the good luck charm.
I'm not going this year.
Yeah,
though,
I was like,
come on.
You going
Sorry.
down there again?
Toledo, Eastern Michigan, at Michigan, Oregon at home, at Rutgers, at UCLA, at Wisconsin.
Oregon,
I
come
possibly
on.
see 6 in there. I do. Possibly.
I know.
Possibly.
I just want to take my daughter to one bowl game as a student at Michigan State. We'll go somewhere down the line. I know that. But while she's at school, just go, all right, it's your senior year. Let's roll to the Cheez-It Bowl.
No, I hear you. I think y'all will eventually get there. What are your expectations for Pat Fitzgerald, like in the first year?
I am a firm believer that at the bare minimum you should have 6 wins.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer at the bare minimum you should have 6 wins. I want to go back to a bowl game. 6-6. There are so many fires that he has to put out on and off the field up there.
Not as much as us, but
I
hear you.
Well, you know what he has? He has to do the time honored. He has to change perception again.
Yeah.
Which for the longest time, JB, perception was changed. It really was. And the reality for Spartan fans, whether they want to admit it or not, all right, and it's inconsequential to me, Michigan State has been a perennial also-ran in the Big Ten. Perennial.
Yeah.
All right? And I think what a lot of Spartan fans have done is kind of turn the meaty portion of the D'Antonio era into the norm, and that isn't the case.
I hear you.
All right? Much like, and I know Michigan fans will get mad at me for saying this, you guys don't dominate Michigan State the way you think you dominate Michigan State.
No, we don't. Trust me.
I don't know how else to say that to you. Like, it's just, like, okay, years ago, it was every 2 out of 3, okay? It hasn't been that way for 2 decades. Like, that's real. That is not an opinion, okay? Look at the overall numbers. I think that'll tell the story, all right? But with that being said, yes, there's still that element of looking up at Michigan and saying, I want what they have. You know, for about 2 decades, Michigan wasn't also ran, right?
Yeah.
They were.
Absolutely.
It was
Until
legitimately
Harbaugh,
it was
and then
legitimately
it took a while once he got here.
Yeah, it was legitimately 16 years. You know, from okay, being really legitimate and being in the conversation to, okay, you were cute in 07, and Alex brought up you were cute in 16, but, you know, it took you that long to win a Big Ten title. But where your aspirations are year in, year out right now, yeah, of course everybody wants to be there.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody says. Even in today's, it starts with your conference. You don't necessarily have to win your conference, but it starts in your conference. You have to make your bread in your conference, man. That's the way it is. And that's why I won't dismiss or demean anybody who still puts merit into winning the conference. I won't. I can't.
I hear you.
So, whatever. Yeah. All right, JB, where do you want to go?
Where are we at? We got to hear from Wicked Pickle, but first, let me clear up the super chat. Shout out to everyone sending them in still. Where we at? $10 from I Ain't Say That. He said, didn't this Utah coach play against the West Coast a ton while at Utah? That should give them an advantage. I don't cheer for blue, just an observer of fans in programs.
I think that is a little overblown.
A little bit.
I do.
The way he played football does kind of cater to what Michigan does.
That's why
yeah.
I think the people that are worried about that, I can tell you as an outsider and clearly not a Michigan fan, but somebody who really, really, really tries to be objective, I think some of the concerns about what he might do recruiting-wise are, I think you're making too big of a deal out of it.
Really?
One man's opinion. I do.
Okay.
I think you're
I
making
just worry about the age, and yeah, he's got more resources at Michigan, but he's older. He's got to be able to relate to these kids, or at least assemble a staff that can do that.
I think right now, considering everything this program has been through the last couple of years, right now he's the perfect coach. So I'm not playing chess and thinking 5 years from now. Right now. And I think college football is, whether we want to admit it or not, it isn't about what the future holds. It's about what next season holds.
Yeah, that's true.
It is. True. It's sad, but that's a reality, you know?
That's
Anything
fair.
else, JB?
One more. We got $5 from Tev Sauce. He sends in. He said, Coastal Carolina versus La Tech was a great watch last night. La Tech ran the Wildcat a ton, and there was like 5,000 people in the stands. It was glorious.
Listen. I'm just like, can I read this to you? By the way, somebody asked for wacky stories. I would highly advise people like KG and JB never to go down to Ruston, Louisiana.
Okay.
Why?
All right, notice how I said KG and JB?
Yeah.
I would highly advise people not to go down to Ruston, Louisiana. Think of every backwoods stereotype that you can think of.
Yeah.
And that was Ruston, Louisiana.
Noted.
It was
yep,
one of
not going
the
there.
it was one of the strangest. Now, again, that was 1996. In fairness, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Maybe they've evolved. I don't.
Okay.
The only thing that was missing, and I'm not being funny when I say this, the only thing that was missing were the signs that said no coloreds allowed.
Oh, God.
That's the only thing that was missing.
Jesus.
I've never been to a place like that.
I'll stick to New Orleans. Don't
I've
worry about it.
never been to a place like that. Speaking of Louisiana Tech.
Stick to a black.
Iowa Vandy today, Arizona State Duke, noon 2, Michigan at 3, Nebraska Utah at 3:30, Miami Ohio State at 7:30. By the way, if you're a Wings fan, Wings Jets at 5 o'clock. This is a pants-off afternoon.
Yeah, not a
good
bad
day.
day.
It really is.
Bring in the new year right.
I got a little roast that I'm gonna put on. I'm gonna do some ribs. Are you kidding me? That's a great day. Fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear from Wicked Pickle.
All right, Wicked Pickle Westland. It is the spot for pickleball. You already know that, right? The climate-controlled courts, they got it going on. Don't forget, coming up, I mean, legitimately, it's what, 9 days from now? January 9th through the 11th, it's the Woodward Sports Wicked Pickle Open. Friday night, 7:30, it all begins. The Woodward Sports Celebrity Tournament, all 4 shows throwing down local celebs, and it's all broadcast live. Then the real battle begins. 3 days of nonstop pickleball, men's, women's, mixed, single divisions. It's where champions are made. Sign up now at pickleballtournaments.com, or you could call Wicked Pickle out in Westland at 734-331-3451. That's 734-331-3451. Wicked Pickle in Westland.
Woodward Sports is your number one source for all things Detroit sports. Start your day with the Sean Baligian Morning Show from 8 to 10 a.m. Rolling into Big D Energy with Neil Rule, Jerry Foster, and Red Wing great Darren McCarty. Then make sure you're watching the Braylon Edwards Show with Shep from 2 to 4 p.m. Michigan great Braylon Edwards and the elite Matt Shepard break down all the biggest sports stories. End your day with the Woodward Heavyweights. Join Spencer and EZ nightly from 5 to 7 p.m. Every day, all the sports, all Detroit, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Detroit's #1 sports network.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. Thenfights.com.
A really cool event coming up, and shout out to Amon-Ra St. Brown and his fantastic foundation for making this all possible. Amon-Ra is making a difference on and off the field, showing us all the true meaning of community and care. Amon-Ra, through the St. Brown Foundation, has partnered with Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men and Wicked Awesome Wishes. It's the main event coming up January 5th from 4 to 7. Helping children facing life-altering challenges and illnesses. It's all going to take place right here at Lady Jane's flagship salon in Birmingham. It's a night of joy, unforgettable memories for a group of kids that, let's face it, they really need it. They get to dye their hair blue, enjoy a special dinner, take part in fun activities crafted with love by the team at Wicked Awesome Wishes and Lady Jane's. Tune into Woodward Sports Monday, January 5th. That's right, just a few days from now, as we share and support this amazing cause. Such a quality individual on the field, and even better off the field as well. Shout out to Amon-Ra and his foundation. You can get more info at stbrownfoundation.org or wickedawesomewishes.org. Can we have, and I don't know if now is the time to do it.
What's up?
Can we have as close to an honest and adult conversation about Jared Goff? I know. Wishful thinking, right?
We can. Me and you can, Sean.
All right.
I know that.
JB, you can.
JB
too, right?
as well.
I can as well, just as long as Stick isn't watching, then we're going to have an issue.
Okay, you guys, Jared Goff isn't going anywhere. You know that, right?
Of course.
Like, no, I know.
If you don't, you should.
I know. I'm talking.
He will be here for the next, 3 to 4 years.
He's not going anywhere,
Yep.
okay? And can I add something to that? Nor should he. Nor should he. Jared Goff is not what failed the Detroit Lions this year.
No.
He isn't. Sorry.
Was he perfect? No.
Nope.
But he was far from the biggest issue.
Real talk, facts.
The last game, not withstanding.
Right, and he's going to mix in. He's going to mix in that game. We all know that. We know the Jared Goff experience now, right?
Everybody, the turnovers in the last game, the last 2 years, and I do understand, but yeah, like he's a good quarterback. I don't see what's so hard about like fans and just realizing what Jared Goff is. It's a very simple equation. If you protect the man, all the numbers say that he is a top 5 quarterback in this league statistically. When you don't protect this man, all of the stats say, and you can look these up, he is not that good when he's under pressure. And that's just, you have to protect this man in order for him to be at his best.
I mean, some quarterbacks handle pressure well and some don't. Obviously, in Goff's situation, it looks like he does not very well when things aren't aligned up to the way that he needs it. He needs everything to be perfect for him to have those perfect games. And obviously, he's going to mix in those clunker of games that we've seen this past couple seasons as well, but he's not going anywhere, and I still think you can win with him.
100.
You can get to a Super Bowl with him. Just things around him need to be perfect for everything to go well, and he's not the main issue of this team.
I use the Goldilocks reference all the time. Sometimes the porridge is too hot, sometimes the porridge is too cold. He does. There's nothing wrong with saying that. Yeah, you know what? He really needs the protection to be at his maximum. There's nothing wrong with saying that, KG.
Not at all.
I don't.
And relax, Gromit. I see you to act as if Goff ain't some of the blame or the problem is insanity.
No.
We're not absolving him of blame.
No.
But if you did a pie chart of what the hell happened this year, who gets the biggest percentage of the blame, it wouldn't be Jared Goff, and he probably wouldn't even be in the top 3.
This is why I say, who was that said that?
Gromit.
All right.
Shout out Gromit, long time.
Yeah, Gromit.
Yep,
No
long time
disrespect. No disrespect. But I want to go back to the beginning of this conversation, okay? This is where, number one, listen. Number two, as we said, let's try to have an adult, logical conversation about this. And I'll repeat what I said. Jared Goff was not one of the major problems with this team last year. Now, if you want to debate me on that, let's go. I mean that. That doesn't absolve him of blame. That doesn't say that we needed more out of him. That doesn't say all of those things, okay? But you know what? Our offensive line was offensive. And my worst fears came true. My worst fears from the second that I heard Frank Ragnow was going to retire. I used the quote. It got, retweeted a gazillion times. You can't quantify what Frank Ragnow means to this team. All right?
No.
And I'm going to take a victory lap on that one because we saw that play out. Period. End of story. All right? The offensive line led to a lot of the woes of Jared Goff. You don't want to argue that, do you?
Not at all.
No.
And notice, while we're having, did KG use great? Did JB use great?
Nope.
JB, if anything, was very, very careful. And I paid attention, JB.
Mm-hmm.
You said good and very good.
Good.
And
He's
those are terms that I would use for Jared Goff, right? And as I look at his numbers throughout the season, all right, it was a good season, all right? Jared Goff, I can't blame Jared Goff for what the offensive line could not do. And that was adequately protect him. I can't blame him for
consistently, yes.
Yep.
Because there were moments, but
There were moments. Overall, much like we now let's go to the defensive side of the ball. Much like at times, Hutch looked like the best player in the game.
Yeah.
At times, this defensive line was like, oh, all those concerns, I guess we were great.
Right,
and,
right.
all that
5 sack games.
Right,
Like, yeah.
Overall, how was the performance? Right? And obviously the defensive backfield, we know there's nothing they can do about that. So, Gromit, with all due respect, hear us out. I'm not saying he's blameless, all right? What I'm saying is things around him failed. They did. Brad Holmes failed. He did. That's real. Were you happy with the offensive line? Were you happy with the guys that we had to put in there? Were you happy with the defensive line? So if I was to make a blame list, just off the top of my head, I would put Jared Goff well down that blame list. Would you guys agree with me?
Yeah, like I said, he's not even top 3.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's why emotion gets involved. We were so emotionally invested in this team the last couple of years, and surely this was going to be the step back up this year, and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
It didn't. So we're emotional. We're ticked off. I'm not saying you shouldn't be emotional. I'm not saying you shouldn't be ticked off, but you have to think clearly. Jared Goff isn't going anywhere. Just accept that. Dan Campbell talked about it yesterday. We haven't heard from Brad Holmes yet. I guarantee you Brad Holmes will say the same thing. I'm sorry, I didn't see what you just put up. My apologies.
Oh, shout out Broder. He just sent this in via Super Chat. He said, Jared Goff is not an elite QB. Jared Goff is top 5 QB with a top 10 line. Jared Goff is average with an 11 to 12 offensive line. Goff is bottom 5 with a 21 to 32 offensive line.
There you go.
Build an O-line, you have a top QB.
The numbers stated, and like I said, it's simple. It's plain as day. You can look these things up. It is clear that if you protect this man, he can go out there and win you games. He can win you playoff games and possibly a Super Bowl if you can stay healthy for the duration of a whole year. But we got some pushback in the chat.
Good. I'd love to hear it.
Shout out Gromit. He says, so everything failed but Goff. Detroit, DC.
We never said that. Gromit again. Kill me, kill KG, kill JB for things we say. Don't get us for things we didn't say.
Right.
That never came out of any one of our mouths.
Right. And shout out Detroit, DC. The problem is Goff wanted to be and is being paid like he is elite. Goff and the franchise should have both agreed that Goff needs help, so let's not spend 25% of the cap on him.
Now, there's more validity to that statement than I think any of us want to admit. If we bring the financials into it, isn't that what we hang Aiden Hutchinson on?
We do.
Mm-hmm.
There's more validity to that statement than anybody wants to admit. Who was that?
That was Detroit, DC. Shout out to him.
Props. That's a great point.
Yep, and I'm salty. NFL history says we will never win a championship with Goff and Dan together, so one of them has to go. Which one do you choose? I'm salty. Come on, dog. Neither one of those guys are going anywhere.
Here's
neither one of them. You got to deal with it. I know you may not like it, but that's what you're gonna get.
This is the unarguable. Okay, if you're one of those people that you have convinced yourself that the Lions can't win a Super Bowl with Jared Goff, I don't have anything for you. I don't have anything for you. I disagree with you, but guess what? Until they do, you're right. So that's why I have to go like this. I mean, the people that say things like that, I don't think we're going to win anything with Jared Goff. Well, I can disagree with you, and I can say, here's why I disagree with that. But I can't say you're wrong because it hasn't happened yet. Right?
Yeah. But to say that it never will, I mean, that's a little drastic, I feel like, because once again, we have seen this Lions team get to an NFC championship. We know how it played out, but we've seen them win playoff games. We've seen them on some of the bigger stages of this league. So I think it's very much possible, but you just have to do the things in order to make that happen again. And unfortunately, that is built through an offensive line, because it's not just the O-line, itself. It's being able to run the football, which is a great strength to somebody like Jared Goff, who is one of the best play-action quarterbacks this league has to offer, and that is how you get the most out of him.
And let me state this plainly, okay, for people out there like Gromit, okay? Every person in that front office, every person on that coaching staff, every man on that roster shares blame in what transpired this year. Every one of them, all right? Nobody's getting a free pass. And that's how teams operate, okay? But if I'm going to rank my problems with the Lions this year, let me just emphatically reiterate it one more time. Jared Goff is well down that list.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And listen, for all of the Goff haters or the people that just do not believe and will not believe, we going to get our answer, bro. But y'all got to wait it out. It's going to be at least another 3 to 4 years before we can make a proper determination as to can he get us there or can he not. Flat out. Because once they restructure this deal, he's in town for a while. So
isn't it funny? We were talking just yesterday about I don't know about Frank Ragnow. We made a point to say that. I don't even want to speculate. I don't know about Frank Ragnow. I'm sure you heard by now what Jared Goff had to say about the situation. Do we have the exact quote, JB?
Yeah.
I can paraphrase if need be, but if he's got the exact quote, I'll let JB put the exact quote up there.
Yeah, here.
Let's just say, there it is.
So Jared Goff on possibility of Frank Ragnow returning to the Lions next season. No, I don't think that is in the cards at all. I will talk to Frank, but I don't think his interest level is there.
it's a little.
Can we check back the first week in November?
You're right. I think that's a little crazy because if you was doing
how's your hammy feeling, Frank?
You're right. And the rumor is that he was training to get back, and that is why the hamstring situation happened, but he didn't know about it. So if you was doing all this to get back and to try and come out of retirement and play, what changes in a few months?
Do you know what was one of the worst?
If you want to come back, you can come back.
You know, since it's the end of the year, can we talk about bad bits for a second? Do you know what one of the worst bits was all year? The people that tried to create some kind of conspiracy theory about Frank Ragnow. Well, how can't you know that your hamstring basically fell off? Because Frank Ragnow isn't human.
Not at all.
The man isn't human.
He's a grizzly bear.
You don't, I can't, trust me, as somebody who's been in that room multiple times, standing in front of that man multiple times, the man isn't human. It is well known that he comes from, a different world. He broke his throat. I didn't even know you can break your throat. He broke his throat and played through the game. Frank, do you think you missed some time? No. He had one of those talkers,
Yeah. The hole in the neck.
No. Frank, do you think maybe with a broken neck, you should take a week off? Fuck that. No, he'll
be back next week.
He's from a different planet. That was a really bad bit. Remember that?
Yeah.
There's a couple days that hung around. Well, wait a second. How could you not know? Because he's not human. I'm with you, KG. I
don't see what can change.
I'm with you. I know what Jared said, but I'm with you.
I mean, who knows? But at the same time, we do have to realize, even if he does come back, he's been out of football for almost 2 years at that point. So it may not be the exact same Frank Ragnow. I know people think, if Frank comes back, he's just going to pick right up where he left off. That may not be the case. Mm-hmm. But I do think he is a better option than what you have currently with Tristan Colon, obviously having to step in. And you don't know what Graham Glasgow, the future of him, looks like, and Tate Ratledge, if they're going to move him to center or not. So it's tough.
All right, so I'm going to say it. So you know me, my default so often is hockey. I watched Mario Lemieux be away from the game for a few years and come back and step on the ice. And while he couldn't do it game in, game out, he was still the best player in the National Hockey League when he came back.
Right.
And if you don't believe me, go look at his numbers. He was insane. It was he couldn't stay in every game, and he wasn't going to give you 82 games and all that crap. But that's a different position, though. You're talking about a center in hockey and a center in football. A little bit of a difference there in terms of physicality. So, I don't know. We'll see. All right, you want to do this dumb power ranking thing?
Why not? I guess. Yeah.
Maz loves to throw these in there, so shout out to Maz.
Why, Maz? We cooked. I don't care about the power ranking.
Yeah, this power ranking doesn't look great either.
Yep, Lions.
How we have fallen.
17. Eesh.
How do you argue with it?
I think they got it right in terms of
who would you put in front, or who would you put the Lions in front of that's ahead of us right now? And don't say the Vikings. We lost that right.
Yeah, none of those teams. Yeah. You can't put them in front of none of them.
I'm not putting them in front of one of them.
We've head-to-headed with some of these teams and lost.
Yeah.
So, And I can't even say we're better than the Panthers at this point.
I can't say the Ravens
be a little
either.
bit better than the Panthers now.
JB, come on now.
I can't say the Ravens either, even though we beat them
The Panthers are
head-to-head.
still in contention, JB. The Lions are not.
Who would have thought that, though?
The Bryce Young arc is really weird. Remember we saw it late last year? They kind of had to go back to Bryce Young.
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, whoa. Hey, all of a sudden it looks like Bryce Young can play.
Yeah.
It's a weird arc. Yeah, I'm not.
I think they got it right 1 through 10. Maybe you can make the argument the Rams can be higher. I know they've been struggling lately, but I still think they're a quality team. I would maybe move them one spot up because the Bills have been they're floating in the wind.
Very questionable.
Yeah, they've been floating in the wind. But
isn't that funny? I mean, the Rams are legitimately going to end up as the 6th seed.
Yeah.
But
that division is
right.
A gauntlet over there.
Right.
So, yeah, it's tough, man.
Who think the Broncos and the Jags would be top 5?
We in different times right now. You gonna see something different this year. Something that you wasn't expecting, something that you ain't used to. It's one of those years, man. Unless Josh Allen and the Bills can pull themselves up by their bootstraps and finally get it done.
See, I'm going to be intrigued to see if this continues into the playoff. I got to admit, I'm glad that I had my trademark KG baby out now.
Yep.
Because I think by the time
baby out, baby.
Because I think by the time the playoffs start, I'll be back all in. Whereas last year, I told you flat out, the day after we lost that Sunday, I didn't watch.
Yeah.
I didn't. No, I'm not gonna walk around my house kicking things.
Yeah. I took the weekend off this weekend.
I'm gonna be intrigued to see if the way this season has gone continues, or if some of the old money finds a way. The Rams work their way up from the 6th seed. The Bills work their way up or something like that. If it's a Rams-Bills Super Bowl, then you could say, okay, order and sanity was kind of restored, right?
Yeah.
But what if it's the Jags and the Seahawks?
I can see it, Sean. All right, way too early. Who is your Super Bowl pick as of right now?
I am going to take the Bills, and I hate myself for doing it, but I'm going to take the Bills in the AFC.
It's what you know, Sean. It's what you familiar
with. It really
with.
is. It really is.
If you had to pick an outsider.
In the AFC?
AFC and NFC. If you had to pick an outsider.
The Houston Texans.
I like the Texans.
I've been on their crotch for a couple months. And you know what? In the NFC, I don't even know if I could call them an outsider, but I'll say Frisco. Frisco.
I'm not mad at that.
I'll say Frisco.
They getting healthy at the right time.
Do they even count? They kind of fell back last year, and nobody expected that this year.
They still got Kyle Shanahan. That offense is still a threat. And they are getting healthy at the right time. Defensively, I kind of worry about them. But other than that, they look pretty good right now. I'm really intrigued by the Texans because they – have a dominant defense. D'Amico Ryan's got that defense.
Unbelievable.
And you knew he would. He's a defensive coach. You knew he would eventually have that defense looking like they look. Their offense is limited, though. And C.J. Stroud, I still think, is a good quarterback. He took a step back from where we thought he was going to be.
Huge step back.
But he's still a good enough quarterback to win if they get in the right situation.
Isn't that funny? He lit the league on fire his rookie year, and it hasn't even come close to that level.
Nah, but you can blame offensive line issues for some of the
Right?
struggles he's had.
Oh, no
too.
question. No question.
But yeah, and they don't really have a good running game. They have receivers, but yeah, I don't know. But that Texans pick, that intrigues me. It does.
All right, JB, do you want to take one more break before we find out what's trending, or you want to just go straight to it?
Yeah, we can take one more break.
All right, one more break. Where do you want me to go?
Let's hear from Sun Cruisers.
All right, I can tell you about Sun Cruisers. Hey, ring in the new year with Sun Cruiser. Yeah, you could still watch your bowl games with it. We talk about it all the time. Perfect for tailgates, couch gates, whatever the case may be. Yeah, watch your bowl games with it. Ring in the new year with Sun Cruiser. Raspberry, peach, iced tea, lemonade, pink lemonade, real vodka, real iced tea, only 100 calories, 4.5% alcohol. Doesn't matter what you're doing. Make Sun Cruiser a part of what you're doing. We're so glad that they are a part. Thanks to Sun Cruiser. Shout out to Sun Cruiser for being a part of what we do here at Woodward Sports. Sun Cruiser, please drink responsibly.
Like a frostbite straight from the divine. Cold rush on my skin feels so fine. Muscle freeze, the ache. No side effects, no mistake. Chill Sub-Zero. Icy and true. Feel the chill. It's all for you. It's not magic, just science play. Chill Sub-Zero.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Hey, what's up? Let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Been a part of the community for a long time now. Shout out to Planet Fitness Northville. That's my spot. Over 2,700 clubs nationwide, 50 in the Metro Detroit area alone. Have you taken advantage of all the things you can get with the Black Card Spa yet? Just $24.99 a month. You get hydro massage, other innovative amenities. You can bring a guest free anytime. There's probably one in your backyard. Of course, New Year's Eve means those New Year's resolutions. Stick with them this year. Planet Fitness can help you do exactly that. We are all strong on this planet. Planet Fitness. All right, last time. JB, you ready?
Yeah.
What's trending with JB Smooth?
Hey, what's going on, chat family? Shout out to Gold Crown once again. Smoke like royalty. I say it all the time. Thanks for sponsoring this segment. A bunch of crazy cool things just happened as of recently. But first, Sean, you know I got to start off with some stadium eats.
Yes.
And it is the Citrus Bowl today. So tell me if you would enjoy some of these that will be featured at the Citrus Bowl. Although I do think they're kind of plain. So check this out. You got the Cheez-It Burger.
Okay.
It's just
burger with Cheez-Its.
It's just a cheese burger with Cheez-Its in between.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
Yes.
I wonder how that tastes.
Copious amount of mustard, and my family always goes ooh to me, but when I get a bowl of Cheez-Its, I do put mustard on top of them.
Really?
Yes. Try it. Just try it. That's all I'll say.
I
Try
have
it.
not tried that.
Yeah, my family yells at me. You're sick. You're gross. Mustard.
I don't know.
Not copious amounts, but just I just when the squeezable,
Yeah.
just a little squeeze on top of there.
All right, so
It's a
the
good
regular
kick.
Cheez-Its, are you a white cheddar guy? Because I love white cheddar.
You know what? I like the toasty ones. The ones that are kind of
those are good.
Those are damn good. That's my favorite.
The slightly little burnt ones too. If you don't like the Cheez-It burger, you can also try the loaded chili Cheez-It Crunch dog?
Oh, I would not a Cheez-Its on the hot dog for sure.
I would
Cheez-Its
destroy
on the
that.
chili cheese dog.
Yeah, that's sound fire. You wouldn't do it?
I mean,
No,
I
I'd destroy
would, but
it.
like this just seems plain. Like you're just throwing Cheez-Its on stuff.
I like under the title it says yup. Like,
I would destroy that.
Yeah, the Cheez-Its look good on it.
I'm snobby though as a Detroiter. I'm snobby about what kind of chili you put on there. Like honestly, we've been spoiled with Detroit Conies. So if you put like the Detroit Coney sauce on there,
Oh yeah.
I'm in.
Oh yeah.
If you get that meaty chili with like beans and stuff in it, I don't know if I want it as much.
Yeah, I can't do the chili with beans.
Yeah, it depends.
Not on my hot dog.
Yeah, I gotta. I might get a little Detroitish snobby there. It depends what kind of chili it is. But yes,
Who
cheese.
puts
Yeah,
bean
I'm in.
chili on a hot dog?
I'm in.
I don't know. So you know somebody will.
Yeah, no, for sure, but that's some sick shit.
Somebody definitely will. But that's what you can expect at the Cheez-It Bowl today for everyone attending. I don't know if you guys seen this. This did happen a couple days ago, but Top Golf out in Auburn Hills, right after we got that weird ice storm, this happened as the nets were frozen and started to fall down.
Dude.
I don't know if you guys remember seeing this at all.
No, I didn't see that.
Sheesh.
No crap.
Yeah, so the nets were frozen and somehow, some way, they just started to just rip and tear down.
And people still top golfing.
I
people
see. I
still
would have
playing
pretended
golf.
like my golf shot did that.
Right.
Behold my power.
That's a dope visual, but yeah.
Like that Iron Man scene where he stands like this and the explosion starts behind him, right?
Yeah. That's an expensive problem. They got it though.
Yeah.
They definitely got it.
Something tells me they got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the money to fix that. Sean, I think you would definitely like this. I thought this was cool because, as you know, the Red Wings faced off against the Maple Leafs a couple days ago, and one person had the idea of shooting the game with a 100-year-old camera.
That's awesome.
Making some very unique footage that they used. This camera's over 100 years old. They shot to film the whole entire game with this camera, and it was definitely unique.
That's
They
awesome.
don't make them like they used to.
That is so cool.
That's amazing. That thing still works.
I know, right?
Well, I'm sure they've maybe had to modify it a little bit just to make sure that it works, but that's fire though.
Just a little bit, but still, to be able to do that for a whole game.
How do you develop
Unreal.
the film? Is it like the old school method of developing the film?
I have no idea.
Was it somebody with the wing staff that did that? Do you know?
I believe so, yes.
I'm gonna have to ask my
Yeah,
son.
I was about to say you got an
I
insider.
know a guy.
You got an insider. He's
He's shooting the game today, as a matter of fact. So, yeah,
He might have known. I just thought that was cool
That's
to bring
pretty
up.
cool.
Yeah, no, that's dope.
And finally, to end the year, guys, I know we're all in the same boat here about just shooting your shot out there. What happens if you're at a restaurant, you see a nice-looking waitress, and you decide to shoot your shot by leaving her a nice tip? Do you think that she would call you back?
Probably not.
no,
These hoes ain't loyal.
no,
No.
These hoes is
no.
not loyal.
She's gonna think you're creepy. Oh, you think you can buy your way? Something like that, right?
Thanks
Wouldn't
for
that
the
be
tip. She's
reaction?
gonna take the tip though.
Yeah.
Best believe she taking the
Can
tip.
I give you a hug, which immediately friend zones you?
Right.
No, no.
Well, this did happen the other day. Unfortunately, to an uncle, my man tipped her $1,000,
What the?
and she texts back.
Was she? I can't see the text.
She's text back that this is Trinity. I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend.
Wow.
But thank you so much for the tip.
Oh yeah.
Love you.
Love you.
I'd be on the phone with my
And
credit
have a
card
Happy New
company
Year.
so fast.
Right. Love you. That's fake.
Fraud! Somebody, I was frauded.
Right.
I
She
want
wrote-
that refund.
She wrote extra zeros on the receipt. I meant $10. She put 1,000. That's tough, man.
Man left a $1,000 tip. The bill was only $40.
That's somebody uncle too. You too old for that.
Come
bro.
on,
To be trying to buy. You can pay for a squirt and you can get everything. You $1,000 to get you a pretty decent squirt. I'm just saying, like allegedly. I'm just saying, but it's like, bro, you wasting that money. Like, come on, you too old for that.
$1,000.
You too old for that, man. And listen,
on a $40 bill.
If your game is a little bit better, then you don't got to tip her 1,000 to get the number or communication. Like, yeah, that's tough.
Oh, that's
have a
great.
boyfriend. Sorry.
That's
Thank you so
great.
much for the tip.
These hoes
have a
ain't
happy
loyal,
new
man.
year.
Hey, don't forget, all day tomorrow we got Year in Review rolling with Woodward Sports. Happy New Year to you guys. Happy New Year to you boys. Look forward to seeing you again on Friday. Brand new year. May it bring championships. Please. Plural.
Right, please.
Yes.
Plural. Not singular. Plural.
With 2 teams in particular.
Yes.
The other 2, we don't know what the fuck going on.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on.
Be safe. We'll see you later.